Oh crap, I'm late. Hey, Cal. Hi, Sandy. Gotta get a beer. Wait, glasses. What am I, 16? Oh, hell yeah. Jacket.
Hear me.
Beer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mic check, mic check.
And we're live in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, we're Tony and Chelsea. Switch back.
We're on.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Tony Northrup.
And you're watching Chelsea and Tony Live. And today we're doing a portfolio review.
Who's this sponsored by?
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for creating a fast and easy professional website or online portfolio. You can try it out for 14 days for free, and you don't need a credit card or anything. And if you decide that you like Squarespace, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code Portfolio to get 10% off of your purchase.
Yeah, Squarespace makes your pictures look great, and we're going to be looking at some Squarespace portfolios today, perhaps a few non-Squarespace portfolios too.
Yeah.
So if you want us to look at your portfolio in real time, assuming you're watching the show live, go to sdp.io/link and type the URL in there. Just follow the form and we'll be able to see it in real time. And I was just thinking about Squarespace, and they've done something you could view as historic in the long term. And yeah, there's a speaker playing or something. And I'm just going to mute this. Sorry, we're getting some feedback. And what they've done is they've sponsored so many independent shows that I think it could have a lasting impact on television and the way we view and listen to music. You know, podcasts and such are all sponsored by Squarespace, and it's kind of moving forward the independent filmmakers of the world. I don't know, I think long term that's going to be such an important movement, and Squarespace just giving these people money, the ability to build nice studios like this, will make a long-term difference. So that is kind of our topic for discussion today, and that's the future, that we're going to be talking about the future of photography specifically. Not just what features will the 5D Mark IV have, but what are we going to see 5 or 10 years from now?
Right, what are we moving towards, you know, what will everyone's camera look like? And why will we be taking pictures?
Yeah, and you can think farther in the future too, think 20 years ahead. So one exercise to do.
Too far.
Think back 20 years, or because technology gets faster and faster, think back 50 years and how much photography has changed and how the world has changed because of photography. And now try to imagine that same amount of change going forward and what our grandchildren will be doing with photography and what's it going to be like. So it's something interesting to ponder. Write your comments into the comment on YouTube, that feed, and our screener Siobhan over in Philly.
Hi, Siobhan, I miss you.
Some of you got to see her last week. She's going to be feeding those to us, and Chelsea will be able to see the comments in...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Justin actually is reading the comments today, so Justin will see them in real time. Chelsea has been restricted to just seeing links.
I can't handle it. I lost my mind.
So we're going to look at a couple of portfolios. Actually, you want to start with a portfolio review? You got a portfolio for me there, Chelsea?
I do.
What you got?
One's coming in right now. It's neat to see it happen in real time. But we have one from Mike Fiore, and
what's the URL?
it's Mike Fiore, Fiore, photo.com.
Okay. It's actually kind of a good test, because you have to be able to tell people your URLs and have them be able to type it. Is this a Squarespace site?
I think so.
Okay. Nice design here. That's a beautiful
It looks
picture
nice,
of a bald
clean, and
eagle.
simple.
I love the rain in this.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's so hard to capture rain, but sometimes you can with a telephoto lens. So fantastic opening shot. Definitely makes me want to go through it some more. So we went from wildlife into weddings and
Whoa.
into just
Some kind
badassery,
of
I guess.
strip mall ninja.
Oh, that's a beautiful landscape. Gorgeous.
is-
That'd be a gorgeous print.
That's
I
gorgeous.
love that. The fog. Great band shot, nice tight shot. Another wedding shot. That's the fountain in,
Italy?
the Tivoli fountain? Tivoli fountain?
I don't know.
Whale shot, maybe
Wow.
needs a bit of a level
This
on
dude
it, but
gets around.
some more kind of abstract. Okay. So not too many pictures. Let's check out his gallery, see what this looks like.
Events.
Hey, this is nice. We have thumbnails for everything. As I was saying, just a great user interface provided by Squarespace, and it all works on mobile devices really too. Any of these pictures catch your attention? You also have a mouse over here if you want to jump in.
So much control. Oh,
Speaking of badassery. This is, if you don't level your pictures, he's going to come after you. It's true.
it's the Horizon Ninja.
Well, we have a couple of levels of pictures here. His homepage had a nice
Yeah.
variety, and then I hit the escape key, which jumps you into the Squarespace user interface, the administrative
That
interface.
one, let me see. I'm going to take control.
Yeah, you drive.
This one caught my eye. It's so simple. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, great working the light too. Really nice. I love that tower of light. Beautiful composition. Beautiful. Well, let's find out about Mike.
It's Mike.
All right, Mike's got a
Wow,
picture of
cool
himself.
picture,
Tells a little
Mike.
bit about himself. He's got prices here. Pretty good deal. Contact information. Basic advice, I would just say throw your email and phone number in there, especially if you want somebody to hire you for a wedding. They probably wouldn't
Yeah.
like to fill out a form. That's okay, but I'd rather see email and phone number. Maybe he took them down because he knew it was going to be on the show. If you want to submit your own portfolio for review, go to sdp.io/link. And we have a checklist with
We do.
a bunch of basic advice for portfolios that you might find helpful. Go to sdp.io/portfolio checklist.
Yeah, you should check it out because we've looked at a lot of portfolios, so we kind of compiled common mistakes. The future.
Let's talk
I'm not
a little
ready
bit
for the
about it.
future.
It's scary stuff. These are just some of my random thoughts. I wanted to
I have random thoughts, but let's hear yours.
I kind of wanted to address the new lens mounts thing because this is something people are always talking about. They say, oh, I want to see a Fuji full frame camera. I want to
Yeah.
see a Canon medium format camera. And I don't think we're going to see any new lens mounts, any brand new lens mounts anytime soon. Because it's such an amazingly expensive proposition to build a new lens mount and then build an entire array of lenses for it. And some companies have learned this in the past few years.
Yeah.
Fuji's trying to build lenses out for their proprietary mount. We have Pentax still kind of struggling, and Sony's doing well, but still the biggest drawback of Sony compared to Canon and Nikon is just their limited lenses. You have to build all these lenses and they take years to develop.
Right.
And Canon and Nikon have hundreds of lenses. How do you catch up to that? Well, I'm not sure you ever do. So I think
Well, I don't think you catch up, but I do think you can develop a technology that makes Canon and Nikon's lenses obsolete,
yes.
which would be like going in the mirrorless direction.
Right. Well, okay, so here's my working
Okay,
theory
let's
on
hear
the
it.
future.
Let's go.
We haven't seen a serious mirrorless effort from Canon and Nikon yet. I predict we're going to see that in the next couple of years. And they're going to be both APS-C and full frame, and there'll be adapters. I also predict that they're going to wait to enter this market until mirrorless technology really has caught up to DSLR technology. Because people debate this a lot, and the people who love mirrorless say, oh, my mirrorless is better than a DSLR in every way.
Yeah.
But it's not. And if it were, then Canon and Nikon would be making them. They're holding back because they know they have to appeal to pros first, and they can't make a mirrorless camera that would truly appeal to wedding and portrait photography.
Do you feel like they like work their ways down from the top to the bottom? Because I know Canon does a lot of stuff like making optics for space cameras. I don't know. where they like
Telescopes? Is that what you mean?
telescopes. No, it's like definitely called the space camera.
Uh-huh.
And then it seems like from there, all of the technology trickles down to like high consumer level. So maybe they're just they have like, you know, a bigger goose to cook or whatever you want to say. They're focusing on something bigger.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyway, I think they're working on mirrorless. They just have decided the technology is not there specifically in the realm of replacing face detect autofocus in DSLRs, which does require that stupid mirror.
Yeah.
So I think as soon as they can get great autofocus from a mirrorless camera tracking, then they'll build the cameras that we're all looking for. And I think that'll be in the next couple of years. And they'll just be an adapter. And then they'll also release native mirrorless lenses for those formats in the next couple of years. But most of us will probably be using DSLR lenses on these new mirrorless bodies. And Sony's in there too. Sony's already there. So they got the head start, but they are behind because they have to build all these lenses. So I'm not sure. I used to think Sony was going to take over the world because they're ahead in the mirrorless department. But when I think about how far behind they are in the lenses and how quickly Canon and Nikon can catch up when they do release real mirrorless cameras, I'm not sure anymore.
Do you think so? Because what I've seen, big companies, sometimes they can't catch up to the smaller guy.
Yeah, it does happen all the time. It's funny to call Sony the smaller guy, right? But in the photography world, they are the smaller guy.
Yeah, they might be more adaptable.
Yeah, it's, you know, the first, I forget the term. There's a term in business where you're the first there with technology. And TiVo is a good example. They were the first there with DVRs, and they're gone now.
Yeah.
Because they got there first, but they didn't develop anything that was difficult for other people to replace.
Right.
I don't believe Sony has developed anything that Canon and Nikon can't replace. Therefore, I think they'll be able to catch right up.
We'll see. You're usually pretty good with these predictions.
I don't know. I've been working this out in my head for a while.
But I've only known you. I haven't known you for a long enough time for like these long-term predictions, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, it's fun to actually put it on camera because now I can look back. Because everybody says, oh, I knew that was going to happen. But unless you actually record it, how do you prove that? Anyway, DSLR developments, I think we'll see a couple more generations of minor improvements to DSLRs, but nothing exciting.
What if
I
you
really
end
think
up
DSLRs are on the way out.
What if you end up being like the nerd Nostradamus?
I
People
would
are like,
love that.
You gotta watch these videos, man. Nerd Nostradamus totally predicted everything.
Well, type in your predictions into the comments. Our screener Siobhan will filter them out so that Justin can read them in just a minute. For now, let's take a look at another portfolio. What you got for me?
Oh boy.
Give me a URL.
Nerdscarf.com.
That's an awesome name.
I know. I just, it was easy to read, so I went to that one.
I love these pictures right away. This is really striking to me. All of these pictures grab your attention. We have a variety of like more or less, more proper and less proper portraits.
Yeah, these are great.
Yeah. Love the use of color and light on that one. Great lines in here.
Wow, is that DJ awesome. Jazzy Jeff?
Yeah. Great shots. Is that, oh, I see, okay. Work is a weird word, right?
Yeah.
Maybe just portfolio or categories or something. I didn't know that I would see more pictures in there. Just a user interface trick. So these are events.
Oh, that's a great shot. I like the one down the aisle.
Yeah, that is. That's, with a little editing and a ton of model releases, that would be a great stock picture. Not a little off level, that can work sometimes.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Like, I don't mind the tilt on this one, but the tilt on that one didn't feel right to me. Maybe because it's so close to symmetrical. Looks like we got some karaoke going on there. By the way, if you stick around for the end of the show, you will hear Chelsea and I sing a karaoke duet. Which song did we decide on?
A Gangster's Paradise by Coolio.
Okay, so that's some motivation to hang around, right? We do not have rights to the song, so we're going to play it and then have to trim it out of the recorded version, so only the live people are going to hear our karaoke.
We're really good
You
at rapping.
have to stick around to hear it.
I have a second career coming up.
I feel like these are all really solid event shots. I like them all. They're compelling.
Yeah.
Which category do you want to check out?
Street life?
Street life. I'm bumped by the edging on that one just because it's inconsistent. You know what? I love the cropping on this. Don't you think it draws more attention to the mouth, that the eyes are kind of cropped out?
Yeah, this person...
It's unusual, but it's compelling.
I want to go to contact and find out who this person is, because they're just...
Okay. We'll jump right out and check out Nerd Scarf.
Oh, no.
There's no picture. We don't know anything about you.
Nerd Scarf. It's disappointing. What is product? Oh, product photography.
Yeah, probably commercial. Okay. So this is fashion.
Great shots. Very good. I want that bracelet.
Yeah, do you have any feedback about these product shots? They look great to me. Looks like he has a sheet of glass over a piece of paper, which is kind of the quick and good way to do it. Maybe a little more depth of field. You can see it falls a little bit out of focus here. I like the brick wall. These all look great. I'm struggling to find something to tell you to do different. I think these would fly just fine on Amazon. Sometimes they insist on a solid white background. We covered that in Chapter 6, how to get that solid white background. But if you don't need that, I like the gray background. Yeah, this has like rim lighting on it, great reflection. All just solid work. I'm sorry we don't have more constructive feedback. Let's check out a couple of portraits. Okay, so actually, maybe this is the category
this was
that it started
the first,
with.
yeah. What's graphic design? Oh, okay, that's something totally different.
Yeah, this is a little bit outside of the realm, but you're a graphic designer.
I like Nerd Scarf. I wish that I knew who this person was.
Nerd Scarf is the man.
Or the woman.
The man or the woman. I meant it colloquially, but you're right, it's a little sexist for me to use the word man as a positive thing. I still don't know. I went to the Facebook page.
Why are we so gender obsessed?
Well,
maybe
it's
Nerd
built
Scarf,
into our language. I can't use a pronoun to describe this photographer.
Maybe Nerd Scarf isn't a man or a woman.
Yeah, you're right. But
maybe it's a dog.
Okay, so I just won't use pronouns. Nerd Scarf, thanks for submitting your portfolio. Great work. I'm sorry we don't have more constructive feedback for you, but I think it overall
I think you're nailing it. You got it. You've got this.
What did Nerd Scarf have to say about the website?
Oh. I've been using Squarespace for the past 2 years, and I love it. It's super straightforward and highly customization. Way better than some of the other web hosting sites out there. Yeah. It's highly customizable. It is.
Justin, anybody saying anything about the future?
We have quite a few comments.
Man, I'm so jealous you could read the comments.
Perfect Forehand says the rise, and I think you have similar sentiments, Tony. The rise of 4K video makes me doubt if there's a place for stills in the next few years. It's more gratifying being able to freeze a special moment in time rather than record now, pick a frame later.
I am so glad somebody brought that up. Look at the very next slide that I have here. Stills will be transitioning into clips. This is my theory. I think right now we're taking still pictures, but if you think about why do we take still pictures instead of video, it's because historically it was easier because we could take a single frame and make a print and put it on our wall, and there was no way to do that with video. But that's not really how we consume pictures most of the time. Most of the time we consume pictures now on Facebook or on Twitter or Tumblr, or it's on our phone, and we've seen some interesting transitions in just the last couple of months. Like Facebook now, if you put a video clip up, it will play it automatically as you're scrolling through your feed, saving you that click of the play button. So suddenly videos are just as accessible as pictures. We're also seeing apps like Vine that start to provide very short video clips. What is it, like 9 seconds on Vine?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I think that pictures are here to stay.
You think stills, really?
I think it goes way deeper than just the technology that's available. And aside from that, I think that all of the technology is not available for stills because pictures are so easy to edit now. And you can see that there are apps that are basically Photoshop, and with 2 clicks you can smooth your skin and add mascara, and they're really popular. Or, you can add filters and stuff. I guess in theory you could do that with video, but I just think there's something about lining up a moment perfectly to make it look good. And you can see that with people's pictures on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It's not actually about showing reality. There's some level of like fantasy and trickery with photography. Mm-hmm. And it's about like taking a picture of your food and like not showing that there's like dirty napkins around it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. So often when you take a still photo, you're doing some outrageous pose that you could not hold
Yeah.
for long enough to do a video, but it works just fine.
Well, we
for
have
the
all seen the
still.
selfies too, where like people are learning now that we're becoming more photo conscious that you have to like lift your chin so that you don't get a double chin and twist your waist so you look thinner. So like, I don't know, these are just things that would be more difficult to do in video. I think that photos are here to stay.
I have thought about this, and I think in the future we'll see selfies move to short video clips of being a few seconds, and that people will develop things that they do, little tics, like the equivalent of video duck face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like they'll give a little wink, or they'll ha, or there'll be some sort
That
of.
sounds horrible.
Yes, I
Do you
think
think
it
I'll
would
be
be
dead
horrible.
by then? Because I just can't live in that world.
I also want to just imagine if you've
Yeah.
watched the Harry Potter movies, you know how in the newspapers and
yeah.
everything, they don't have still images, they have little motion clips that work. I actually think that will eventually happen.
Yeah.
Increasing. I don't think still images are going to go away. Film still hasn't completely gone away, but I think it will become a smaller share of the market, and that we're all going to be doing more video. And I think all the photoshopping stuff is going to be accessible for video.
You think it's just going to transfer
You'll
over?
be able to make yourself thinner on video, and it will look perfect. You'll be able to remove a zit on video. You'll be able to crop and rotate.
Maybe
and
by
blur
that
the
time they'll have
background.
some miracle diet pill.
You can get as fat as you want in the future because nobody will see you in person anymore. It'll just be on future Facebook, and you'll edit the video clips out to make.
So
it
I'll
look
just be like
fantastic.
an avatar in the future, and nobody will actually know what I look like. I'll just be some fatso eating all day with like some hologram that's pretending to be me.
That sounds
'Cause that sounds
wonderful.
great.
Yeah.
We got some good pecan pie, and if I could just eat that all I want, and then just pretend to be someone.
I wasn't even going to talk about it, but I do think models will be largely replaced by
CG?
computer generated. I think right now, especially for stock photography, it's difficult to find models, hard to set up the sets. It will be easy enough to do photorealistic modeling in the future, and computers are so much easier to deal with than actual models. I think we'll stop seeing real people. I think
But
models
what
stop being
about
personalities.
the fact that like there's more to a model than just the way that they look? Like there's always like the fantasy of knowing the person. Like if you look at a popular celebrity like Jennifer Lawrence, it's not just the fact that she looks good, it's that she has this unpredictable personality, and people want to see pictures of her because they like her, not just because she looks good.
Yeah, I don't think they'll completely replace personality, but for those stock shots that you see at the aisle and the pharmacy,
Oh, you
I
think?
think all of those will be most of them will be computer generated, and we're talking like 15 years. I think it'll be a little bit out there, maybe just 10 years.
That's weird.
Yeah, and so I think commercial photographers, stock photographers will be largely out of business. We've seen it already. Like you haven't seen a real picture of an iPhone. They're all CG. They're all rendered.
Yeah.
Same for most big product shots. They're just rendered and they're fake, and more it'll be people too. Justin, any other future discussion topics?
John
future.
O'Keefe says, "Will we be alive?" And
Can't speak for you.
I'll be alive. I'm living forever.
Tycoon says, "Sensors with huge dynamic range that can be taken out of bodies, like we can change lenses, kind of like red cameras, I would say. Or there's Sony cameras like that too, high-end ones."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would love to see interchangeable sensors.
What if they had the dynamic range of like our eyes and could just adapt? Wouldn't that be cool?
Cameras have better dynamic range than our eyes.
Really? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. It gets all like
Not
grainy,
Canon,
but I
of
guess
course,
my
but-
night vision is horrible, so I don't know.
Yeah, you don't necessarily think about it so much.
No, I fill
your
in a
brain
lot.
does a whole lot
I'm
of the
filling in
work.
a lot with imagination. I'm
Yeah.
realizing my night. Okay, you got me. You got me.
I'm not sure about the dynamic range thing now that I think about it. Because I wrote about this recently, a couple of years back. But, yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe our eyes are still better. You have any other good comments, Justin, or should we...
I think you'll like this one. Tony C. Murphy Life says, "I will cryogenically freeze myself, come back to life in 100 years, and by then time machines will be invented, and I'll come back to this date and tell you what the future of photography is like."
But wouldn't you
Okay,
be
there's
doing
a
that
chair
now?
right here. Yeah. I think you just proved yourself wrong.
You're lying.
One technical thing that I'm always interested in is Bayer filters. They suck, right? This is how our cameras get light. if a red frequency photon comes in, the only way the camera picks it up is if it happens to hit one of the red filtered pixels. If it happens to hit a green or a blue pixel, it disappears. So for red frequencies, we get 1/4 of the light registered.
That's bullshit.
It is. So potentially you could improve camera technology by 2 stops if you could figure out a way to detect the frequency of photons rather than simply filter out all the ones that don't match a filter. So I'd be really excited if we could get rid of the bare filters. And they're the Foveon sensors, but they have other problems too. Anyway, I hope to see a replacement for that in the future.
Excuse me. Surprise cough.
I just wanted to mention.
Justin showed us these today.
Well, you know about this. Go for it.
I don't.
It's the Polaroid Cube. It's like a GoPro. It's $99. But it's not like a GoPro in that it's super cheap, which kind of means you can get one just for fun. And it has an interesting feature. The bottom is magnetic. So all these accessories are just magnetic. And
Cool.
that means you can stick it to the top of your car or the side of your car or just anything else that's metal.
Wow.
And just film from right there. It's an HD camera, super cheap, pretty durable. Just a fun little camera.
How big is it?
We have so much fun with our GoPros.
It's not the scale.
No, it's the size of like a smart car.
It's very big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a look at another portfolio. Give me a URL, Chels.
Okay. Let's see here. I want a URL that catches my eye. A lot of people submitted nothing. TomFWatson.com.
Wow. Striking first
Oh,
portrait.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that really is. Just a nice, simple, single light portrait, but her pose and expression are just great. She has like a good golf grip there, too.
Oh, another great picture.
Yeah, you're just getting great expression. Sometimes simple, single light portraits can just
can
be
be
the most
stiff.
expressive. Yeah.
That one, her eyes are lost in that one.
Yeah, you're right. And I think this is actually through a window. Some of these have proper studio lighting, but that one just seems to be through a window. But you're right. She looks a little empty.
Yeah.
Without a little bit of a catchlight in her eyes.
Little baby shark eyes.
Tom Watson in Metro Atlanta.
I think that one would be really good in black and white because it's not perfect't sharp, the eyes, but the expression's really good.
You think you misfocused a little bit, huh?
It seems it to me, but...
It looks okay to my eye, but... That's nice. I like the moodier work. It's not always the right mood for kids.
Yeah, that needs a catchlight, though, don't you think?
I don't mind it there. It's
Really?
just such a dramatic picture. It's okay for us to...
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one, too. These are... Sports pictures are often really serious. Sports and beauty. Let's check out beauty.
So we have some repeating pictures. I would just take out the repeating pictures.
Yeah, and if you don't...
Ooh, go back. I love that one of the girl in the chair. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is really nice. I think if they don't have, Tom, if you don't have enough pictures to flush out an entire category without showing us the same pictures again, then just don't put them in there. Just have the front homepage, and that's okay, even if it's just 15 pictures. Because it's frustrating for somebody to go bother to clicking on something, which is kind of a big deal, and then see redundant pictures. So
it is a big deal because if you look at your Squarespace analytics, Tom, you'll see that most people just go to your front page and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the same thing here. I think this one is not redundant. It's a cool one. These kids are so serious.
I know. Where do you find all these serious? Well, those ones are laughing.
All right. Great pricing page, in detailed, and about. Here's a picture of Tom.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Looks like a trustworthy guy.
Yeah, he looks like a nice dude.
He's got a link for email
He
here.
reminds me of our friend Kevin Gerard.
Yeah, I thought he looked like Kevin too. A lot of people watching probably know Kevin Gerard. That's what Kevin Gerard looks like, kind of. Great. What did Tom have to say about Squarespace?
He said, I used Tony, the coupon code, when I signed up about a month ago.
Oh, thank you.
I don't
But
think
that's not the right coupon code.
Oh.
The coupon code is portfolio for this show, and you go to squarespace.com/Tony.
Oh, that's probably what he meant.
Nah, it probably worked.
He probably just forgot it.
If it worked, then
I've loved it so far. Still building it out, but hopefully things are headed in the right direction. I think they are. I think it looked really good. I would just weed out the repeated pictures and keep shooting because your pictures are really beautiful.
Yeah, you have a lot of really striking pictures, and that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. Like, you drew me in.
You
I think we
drew
can get
me
rid of the
in.
subcategories here, but or the whole portraits menu probably. Just move those remaining good pictures into the home category. We're seeing a lot of good portfolios today. We're not seeing so many redundant pictures. Maybe people have been watching the previous shows and kind of picking up tips and
I think
such.
by the time these people get to Squarespace, they have it down.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. Okay.
Yeah, you know what the portfolio is like? Remember in the beginning how everything was wrong with the portfolios? Like they had music when they started playing, and they were like just crazy busy backgrounds and stuff. And
Yeah.
people have really stepped up their games.
Chels, tell us about Squarespace's logo tools. They were really cool.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm going to be making a video about it. Squarespace has this whole section of their website where you can make a logo, and they have all sorts of graphics that you can use, and you can overlay it over your pictures. And I don't know. I've been playing around with it. I liked it. I was on there for like 2 hours making all different logos. And that's free. If you have a Squarespace portfolio that you pay for, it's free.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly log into my own portfolio just to show off. This is the behind the scenes at a Squarespace site.
Yeah.
You can see, like, these are the stats we were talking about. So we can really see, just, for example, how many people just see the portfolio page. Look at that. 69% of people only get to my portfolio page.
10% go on to your about.
Yeah, only 10% of people bother to click. That's the second most popular page at 10%.
Yeah.
So when we say that every click counts, we mean it. They have to love that first page.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you can get from Squarespace. It's terribly useful. Where do I go for the logo maker?
This is horrible, but I forgot.
Oh, man.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay, well, I don't want to bore people while I look for a logo maker.
Well, I don't want you to show them anyway because I'm making a whole video on it.
Oh, yeah, I guess I just kind of wanted to show it off. Anyway, Squarespace sites are super easy to set up. As you can see, I just went in and, you know what I could do? I could just change the colors if I wanted to. I hope I can undo this.
Why did you change the color of? Oh,
the text down here.
text.
Yeah, see how easy that is? Bam. Anyway, it's a really easy thing to do. You don't have to be a super nerd. Oh, I can cancel it. See, that's really good. They make everything easy for you. The background. Maybe I don't want my site to look like somebody else's. I can just make it like a deep red or a black or, you know, let's pick a blue. It's really easy. No technical skills required.
Don't do that.
No, you don't like that? I'll cancel that out. You're the designer. Anyway, if you're interested in Squarespace, go to squarespace.com/Tony.
/Tony and use the coupon code portfolio to get 10% off. And I think that their cheapest portfolio site is like $8 a month or something.
Yeah, it might be $8.99, but they'll get a discount. You get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required.
Yeah.
It makes your pictures look great. You can decide if you want it. When you do the free trial, you can't, it's not a public site. They have to keep it private. But
Yeah,
I worked in the hosting industry for years, and that's just kind of what
Pretty standard.
you can't just let anybody without a credit card put up content on the internet because they'll put up illegal stuff.
I would put up
And-
so many butts.
Yeah, just
Butts.com.
butts.com.
Yeah. So if you try it out, other people can't see it, but it's like I said, the
But
cheapest.
you get to see it. You get to see how
Yeah.
awesome it looks, and you can pull people over and be like, "What do you think of this?"
Yeah.
And if you like it, sign up. Throw your credit card in there. It's cheap. Justin, any good comments at all over there? What are people saying?
Drew Stevens says, cameras definitely do not have better dynamic range than our eyes. Our eyes have about 18 stops average.
Dang, looks like
Okay.
Chelsea's right again.
Yeah, you and that guy are correct. And I actually, I wrote a sidebar about this in SDP.
Yeah, but you're really forgetful.
Yeah, I am forgetful. Well, I remembered after I said it, but
No, oh yeah, backpedal now.
it's resolution. The eye has, I think, like 6 megapixels of resolution. But yeah, far more dynamic range. And you know, because when you go outside, you can see your friend's face and you can see the blue sky and the
You
clouds.
hear this guy backpedaling?
And then you take a picture. I'm explaining how very wrong I am. I don't know how that's backpedaling. I do want to plug a book. This is probably not a book that most people are into, but
Why would you say that?
Park. Well, yeah, you'll be into it.
I want to plug a book.
By Tammy Whitmore.
Tammy Whitmore.
It's not a book for photographers or anything like that. It's just she's been working on this for, it seems like a couple of years, and it has a bunch of my bird pictures and wildlife pictures in it.
Yeah, it's a cute little book.
I have to find one of the pictures that's mine. Okay, this is my picture of an American robin, and I don't know which camera I should go to here. So there's a bunch of my photography in here. It's kind of a religious, nice book thing. Anyway, Meadowlark Park.
Thank you for sending this to us, Tammy.
Yeah,
that was
she
really
just
nice.
licensed a bunch of my pictures, and I love to see my pictures in print. It's fun.
It's fun for the whole family. What do you have now, future boy?
I have charts and data, and I know you
Charts
love
and data.
data.
I do love charts and data.
This is coming from Google Trends, so this is just how many people are searching for these particular terms. And I think it's really interesting. Canon, Nikon, Panasonic, Olympus, and finally Fuji. We see Canon's the big guy up here. They all have one thing in common. They all go down.
They're declining.
From 2005 to now, it's dropped significantly by, what, like 50%?
I like this bar graph better.
Oh, well, that's relative. So you
that's
can see
relative.
Nikon gets less than half as many searches as Canon.
Wow.
Panasonic actually gets more searches, but they have TVs and stuff too, so that could be part of it. Canon has some other products, so it's not necessarily a good comparison of how people are interested in their cameras. And this is some things that I think are kind of trending. And I left the Canon line in here just for comparison.
So Canon's going down, and Tumblr.
Yeah, look how much more popular Tumblr is than the entire company.
Yeah, but it's already
Canon.
dropping off. I think Tumblr is going to...
Yeah, I think Tumblr is the past too, but one thing that's not dropping off is Instagram. Instagram now more searched than Tumblr, and what else we have
Looks
here?
like everything combined.
GoPro is spiking up, and Vine, something I'm really interested in, short video clips. Vine is also growing. I think those short video clips of Vine might not be the winner, but I think that's going to be a trend we're going to see in the future of short video clips. So anyway, Canon and Nikon, not necessarily real big in the photography world right now. People are doing other stuff.
People are busy doing other things.
Here's a slide you contributed to. This is the GoPro. It was one of the smallest slides in the previous slide compared to what I see as important photography apps right now, Grindr and Tinder. Now, those are apps for meeting people.
Those are apps
romantic
for
relationships.
having the sexes with people that you think are sexy.
But they have one thing in common.
What?
They're extremely photocentric.
Yeah.
It's all about the picture. You kind of look at the picture and you make a snap, quick judgment.
Yeah.
And so if this is indication of future trends, then people's pictures of themselves are going to be very, very, very important.
So
to them.
now pictures are directly linked to people getting laid.
Right.
And that's a powerful drive.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to be like, I don't care that much about photography. If there's something you can do to make your picture look a little bit better, people are going to be willing to pay for it. Apparently they're not going to be buying a Canon camera to do it, but they are going to be really interested in it. Chelsea signed up for Grindr today.
Well, I tried to sign up for Grindr, but then they make you, like, use your location.
Uh-huh.
And I felt weird about people knowing that we're using Grindr in our house because I was afraid that they might think that you're just looking for bears or
Otters
or twinks. All
So
the
you didn't want to mislead any gentleman callers.
No, but I did want to hook one up for our neighbor and get a picture of our neighbor so that people would go to his house and just leave a message like, I'm in the mood, just walk
come right in.
Just come right in if the door's open. And then, don't tell my neighbor. But I didn't do it. I just dreamed about it.
I think most of these pictures are taken with smartphones nowadays, so I started to think about how are people going to get pictures that will make them look more attractive to gentlemen or lady callers using their smartphone. And Sony thinks it's this monstrosity, which is strapping on something ridiculous onto your smartphone.
This
I
is
disagree.
ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Who would ever, pull out their smartphone and then be like, hold on, let me get my 5-pound lens. Like, that makes zero
Man.
sense.
And have you ever connected a phone to
Oh yeah, that's my phone.
a camera with Wi-Fi? Oh my
Yeah,
God, it's a painful
miserable.
process. So NFC can make that a little easier, but these suck. I think they're going to
seems
continue to
stupid.
suck. I think
Boo.
smartphones with better cameras will be a thing, and
Yeah.
maybe little smaller cameras that still take
Well,
good.
like, smartphones are
selfies.
getting really big, right?
Yeah, they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
It's
and
kind
bigger.
of
So maybe they
weird.
can put better
They
cameras
should just
in
put a whole camera in there and get it over with.
it.
Chit Chat, the segment where we read your comments and react to them. This guy really was, like, I didn't feel right sharing who he was because he was just being very earnest and sweet. But
English might have been his second language.
but he said, yes, adding a flashlight to shaded area works good in portrait images. And
I think he was talking about fill light.
a fill light or like,
And it's true. A fill light is good for portrait images.
but I don't see how a flashlight could help.
Maybe we should make a video on it.
No. This is another chit chat. Erin said, is she playing games on her iPad? And that was, which video was that where I was reading all the comments?
I think it was the 7D video.
I was just reading people's comments and trying to make sure that Tony had answered everyone's questions. So no, I wasn't playing a game.
Crushing a little candy.
Okay, there was a little, no, there wasn't. Just doing my job. And everyone said I was like sad. You know what's a kind of a bummer is I feel like people are always like analyzing any little difference. Like people will be like, she was so sad today. I'm like, no, I wasn't. I'm just mean. I'm mean. No.
Yeah, people get really analytical about various aspects of our mood or
You know what though? I do have, I read about it online. It's called like resting bitchy face syndrome or something like that.
Yeah,
Whenever
RBS.
I'm just sitting thinking, people are like, what are you mad about? I just have like a mean resting face apparently. So I gotta keep smiling. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm so happy.
You got any feedback for us, Justin?
Justin, tell us.
John O'Keefe says Chelsea has great makeup on tonight.
Dang, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that work you did with your eyes.
My wings are
You're
on
pretty
point.
slick.
The work you did with your eyes.
And Alexander Kolov says, Tony, why did you shave?
Because I said, shave. And then he went, nope.
Yeah, she gets to pick. Like, I know there's a lot of you out there looking at me, but she looks at me more than anybody else, including myself.
I forgot how cute you were under that beard.
It feels like such a baby face when you first shave.
I know, I just want to
It
pinch
feels
your little
so
cheeks.
weird. You just feel like a half a man.
You look like a whole man.
Thanks. Anything else for us, Justin, or should we look at another portfolio?
Billy Gray says mirrors will not be needed in 20 years.
Oh,
Hell,
Billy Gray.
They're not even needed now.
They're kind of important now. If you're
I've-
tracking a moving subject.
I would trust Billy Gray because he's really smart. I'm Facebook friends with him. So I'm going to go with Billy on this one.
I guess I will say it depends on the type of photography. I don't think they're necessary for landscape, still life type stuff, but I challenge you to get any mirrorless camera and go out there and shoot a flying osprey.
Challenge you.
Go for it. Yeah.
Do it.
Tell me what percentage of shots you're getting with a mirrorless camera.
All right.
Give me a URL, Chels. Let's take a look at another portfolio.
jexmark.squarespace.com. Oh, is
We
that a
probably
trial?
can't see it, yeah.
Come on. Come
Sign up.
on. Oh, jacekphotoart.com.
Spell that for me.
JACEK photo art.
So the URL
That's
is
a
pretty
tricky-
important, and one of the reasons we're
That's a tricky one.
having us type it and read it is
Oh.
you sometimes tell people your portfolio. And, so Jace K or JASIC, that's difficult to convey verbally.
Oh.
I had to ask her how to spell it, and if you have to do that, then the people are not going to remember
I
it.
didn't know what was
Just something to
happening
think
there.
about. What do you mean?
Well, JASIC is kind of like, I didn't know what that was. Like, that whole name is difficult, so maybe I just make it like JK Photography.
Yeah.
Oh, and he even has the little JK logo.
Yeah, it might not be available. It's tough to get URLs nowadays, but just something to think about how you can tell somebody verbally. You know if your name's difficult to spell, right?
Oh, Northrup. Everyone spells it with an O because of Northrup Grumman.
Yeah, so for that reason, I have
I
Tony
always say
Northrup and TonyNorthrup.com.
Tony Northrup.
I get both URLs and
Northrup
I
with a
redirect them
U.
in case somebody makes a typo. You got to think about the typos people are going to make. Well-exposed shot of a white bird. Nice bee shot.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, this is my favorite shot so far. That looks almost like a stage shot. That's a fantastic shot. Love the grain in it.
We should put that photo up when we sing Gangsta's Paradise later.
Yeah, if you stick around to the end of the show, you get to hear us do some karaoke.
Why are you telling people their ears are gonna bleed?
We're gonna remove it from the
Guys?
recorded show, so you have to hear it live. Beautiful still life. Really nice.
Beautiful. Look at that wood.
Yeah, great shot. So, what are the names of these categories? That's kind of creative. That's pretty too.
That's a millstone. That's a nice still life. What? I'm
I
just
thought you were
saying.
gonna narrate all of them.
Oh no. These are good.
I gotta say, I'm not loving the watermarks in every single picture.
Oh.
Like, we know, there's a big logo
I couldn't
up
really
here.
see your glasses in the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Blocking a whole part of the show for you here. Yeah, those are all good. I think maybe pair out a couple of those. But overall, nothing
Ooh,
really struck
bleeding
me.
heart.
Yeah, beautiful picture. I love the black background for flowers. Oh, I love the light through that. Really nice.
Beautiful. Cool. Oh, I love that. Oh, you know what? JASIC, we're going to have an abstract photography contest where you can win a print. And you should enter that picture. That was really beautiful.
I feel like JASIC needs to pare down this a little bit.
Yeah.
Take out a couple of these pictures. I think that last one can go.
I love that
I love
mushroom
that
one.
but maybe not two
Yeah.
mushrooms or not in a row.
Yeah.
This one doesn't strike me, and that one just kind of, it's ordinary, hard light. That one's nice. This one I love. I might
love
even
it.
lead with that. So we gave you a little bit of guidance, but a few too many pictures. I think we can pare that down a little bit to show your best work. Fauna, damselfly, cicada, chipmunk,
Chipmunk? Oh my gosh.
Canada goose.
So cute.
All beautiful pictures. This one
Ooh.
feels out of focus to me because I think the middle one's in focus, but because there are prominent subjects that are out of focus, it
That's
bumps me a little.
so cool. Whoa, go
Oh,
back.
you love that black and white?
I love
that.
that.
Too, especially with the ant on it.
The ant shadow.
Yeah, I would make a big print of that. I think that's just gorgeous. The gentle light and see that gentle fall off. Just a great shot.
It is.
Really nice. Great choice for black and white
Great
too.
shot. Really nice.
Full-blown dragonfly, bullfrog. Okay, that's pretty good.
Cool.
City work. Wow. Yeah, that's a great shot too. That one and the other city shot that we saw are probably my favorites.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, I like that. Nice use of patterns there. Let it flow right off the edges. Another beautiful shot. I love street photography.
Me too.
This one doesn't catch my eye.
Oh.
That's a great shot too. A little
Oh, is that a
bump on
fake
how close that
moon?
is. No, I think that's probably a real moon.
Oh, I guess the reflection is over the water. It almost looks fake. It's so perfect with those spooky clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it's fake when it's like this big in the sky, but I think that's a real moon. If it's fake, then it's good. What do you think about this shot, Chelsea?
Stop. Everyone knows I hate spot color, so they always ask me about it.
Yeah, she's allergic to spot color.
It's beautiful.
Great use of symmetry. I love that one. I think I would actually, your city, maybe other people don't like it as much, but I love all your street work, and I would probably lead with that. It's
Yeah,
a nice
I like it
composition
too. I love that picture of the people playing chess.
This one doesn't move me like the others.
Oh.
That's a nice shot. That one doesn't grab me.
Let's see about. We've seen a ton of pictures. Let's see.
Yeah, I was
I
just
see
trying
there
to
are
provide
too many
those two
pictures.
can go. I'm trying to, that's JASIC's homework, is to pare down his portfolio a little bit. A lot of great work,
Oh, you're in
just a
New
little too
Jersey.
much.
You're practically our neighbor.
Mama. He's in the executive committee of the Ridgewood Camera Club, the largest camera club in New Jersey.
Cool.
All right, well, thanks for participating. We love your portfolio. Everything, the layout is great. The content is great. We're just saying pare it down a little bit. We gave you a little bit of advice, but bounce it off other people. Go to sdp.io/portfolio checklist, and you'll see we have a list of advice there. You pretty much did everything right. I have just some advice on how to figure out which pictures to pare down, because that can be really hard. Justin, what other feedback do you have from people? We have 5 or 10 minutes left.
Wow, I can't believe we're almost done.
I
Yeah,
haven't
shows
really
go fast.
gotten to any questions. There's quite a few of those.
Okay, go for it.
Edge Bernal 2 says, let's say the height of 1080p was in 2009. People don't buy TVs every year. It usually takes about 15 to 20 years, if that. Are people going to buy 4K TVs in droves like HD TV between 2002 to 2009?
Yes, and here's why.
Yeah.
Because it was much harder in the past. You had to wait for the cable providers to upgrade their infrastructure. You had to buy a new cable box. Then you also had to buy a new TV. You had to wait for all the production companies to upgrade their equipment and all of that. Nowadays, it's going to be much, much easier because you're going to be watching it on an iPad or some of the screen. You're going to be replacing the entire screen all the time. You're going to be using mobile devices. And it's going to be streaming over the internet, where upgrading the resolution is so, so simple. So yeah, I think we're going to see adoption of 4K much, much faster than the adoption of HD.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it. I'll just do it.
What else you got, Justin?
Stop.
This is unusual. Actually, I could probably group these two questions together. Za Russell wants to know, hi, Tony and Chelsea. Any plan on reviewing or recommending monitors, non-Apple, and VGA card that is good for photo editing, specifically if we ever want to print it in large canvas?
I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that's a good idea.
We did talk a little bit about monitor calibration today, and it's a real common question. I will say I am not picky at all about my monitors. I have built my editing techniques around not trusting the color of my monitor, so I always use like a custom white balance off of some white part of the picture.
Okay.
Even with monitor calibration, it's just not that easy. You can't just stick a spider on your screen and get perfect color that matches every print you make.
Yeah.
You just can't, because there's ambient light in the room that varies. Your eyes vary, the brightness of everything changes. You're in a dynamic world, and then when people look at your pictures, they're using an iPhone or a laptop or a big screen or a TV, and they consume it in different screens and in different ways. The only time that sort of calibration comes into play is if you're doing your own printing, and I think that's not something I recommend for most people. I tell people to send it off to like MPix or Bayphoto, and they will look at the picture and balance it according to their printers, but you have to know the printer that you're working with too. Otherwise, there's absolutely no value in calibrating if you are not controlling the ink coming out of the printer directly. You just leave it to the experts.
Okay.
So, but no, we don't plan to compare monitors, because I just don't think they matter all that
Well,
much.
the thing is, we would have to buy a lot of different monitors, and that sounds hard.
Sorry. Probably not on the list. Anything else, Justin?
This one's under trolls. Bikezilla BZ says, I can't believe you don't have your trained feces throwing comment monkey on screen today. Very disappointing.
What does that even mean?
Is our comment monkey? Siobhan?
Why would you talk about my friend like
somebody's trying to
that?
make Siobhan mad.
That's really mean. What's wrong with people?
Siobhan's a really sensitive person, and she takes things really personally. And I imagine there's a single tear rolling down her cheek as she tries to persevere in the screening.
That was rude. Let's just move on from that. No?
Anything else? Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at another portfolio.
Oh, okay.
Our episode is brought to you by Squarespace. They make awesome portfolios like all the ones you've seen today. Oh, what did Jacek have to say about his portfolio? Did he have any comments?
Excellent! Much
Right.
better than my previous hosting services, which shall remain nameless. Very classy.
Yeah, they're better than all the portfolio providers I'd used in the past.
Yeah, I've
and I
used
can't
a lot.
remember their names. Bluehost, I think, was one. Ugh. Give me a URL.
Let's see. James Villa Photo.
2 L's? 1 L?
1.
Okay. No, I spelled it wrong. What did I do wrong?
James. Oh, Vela.
I want to register via ILA, maybe via ILA and redirect it all.
Whoa.
It's not that expensive to register
Whoa,
a
whoa,
domain.
whoa,
and
whoa, whoa.
It's better than missing out on some URLs. Okay, so she looks dangerous.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, that's a nice moody shot. That's a cool shot with the light. How would you describe this? I guess, yeah, lifestyle and fine art. Okay, that's good.
That reminds me of my Thursday work day at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess I get the impression that he's studying, but that might not help your studies so much. That's a cool shot. Oh, I love the mood on that one. That's really nice.
Ooh, very MC Escher.
Yeah, beautiful lights. Yeah, you're right. Is it turned sideways? Yeah, it's turned sideways. I love that.
Oh, spooky little cow.
Yeah, those are a real epidemic.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, poor Lynn. Cool shot.
Oh, what is he eating?
Life itself.
Creepy.
Wow. They're going in
Oh
deep
my God,
here.
things are getting real
Reminds me of
spooky.
Heroes.
Whoa.
Wow. I loved that there seemed to be a sequence to it. Like it seemed to progress from super bright and cheery. This is the first picture.
And then by the end, I'm just like drinking with death.
Yeah, just drinking blood
Let's
out
go
of
to
a
a
martini
bout.
glass. Striking work. I've never seen anything quite like that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. For someone who has given up trying to understand why bacon is fried and cookies are baked, I've come a long way. That's a good question. This guy has all the big questions. I like the picture. I like your thing. You're good.
Yeah, we like your style. Cool portfolio. I think I'd pare down the portfolio a little bit. I felt like it required a little bit of patience out of me. So yeah, we have, what do I count? 18 photos, and we recommend 10 to 15. Really prefer to be closer to the 10. So
I think you could actually break it into a few categories at this point, because like the last half of those pictures are like very spooky. It'd be like it's very like Eyes Wide Shut / horror movie. You have its own category. Just make it into two.
Yeah, that's a decent approach.
That is a decent. I'm a decent woman.
I like
What?
the progression from happy to sad. I might even
I was like
reorder it a little bit.
bubbles, and then by the end I was like, Justin.
And from
Save
light
me.
to dark too. It's cool. I like that. That was something I had never seen before. You got another. Oh, what did James have to say about his portfolio?
It's been a dream to use. So easy, so powerful. It's everything I always dreamed a web hosting service could be. Also, thank you for the coupon codes, which made the service even easier to afford. Yeah, it's pretty affordable and it's super easy. And it is really fun. I say every week, I don't work on mine this week, but almost every week I do something to mine just because it's like fun and easy. You can work on your logo, you can change around your pictures or add to your portfolio.
Yeah, you always want to be putting new pictures in there and trying to get new pictures that deserve being in your
I always
portfolio.
put one in and pull one out.
Yeah.
Like I like to take out my worst one.
You can't just keep making it bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
That's what Flickr is for.
I'm always making it like the best it can be.
Yeah. Where should they go if they want their own cool portfolio and be as cool as James?
If you think you could be cool like me and like James and like Tony, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony. And if you decide after your free 14-day trial that you want your own and you want to send it to us, just use the coupon code portfolio.
Give me one more URL and then we'll play our Coolio song.
Oh, man.
Get out of here.
So some of these are like, they're, okay. Tom W. photo. Did we do that one? I don't think so.
It came up as a suggestion, so I think we have seen it. Have we seen this? Maybe we didn't actually review it. Justin says
Oh, we saw it I went into last week. I'm sorry. Like a lot of these, they don't actually. Okay, chicagoinphotographs.com.
Okay, that's a good URL. It's memorable.
Ooh.
That's
I'm
a beautiful
into
use of
this.
symmetry. I love it with the kids down there. I would actually love to find a way to go full screen with that. You can choose a different template. It's pretty easy to
He
switch.
said, fantastic platform, easy to use interface. Just going to get that out of the way.
What's his name?
His name is Chicago.
Okay. Thanks, Chicago.
Let's go to about. Is there any?
I just love that picture. That would make it needs to be a big picture. It's not going to be a great thumbnail, but I would love to see a 4-foot print of that. Where did you want to go?
Contact, so we actually know this person.
Oh, okay. So we just want to be able to address you by name. Yeah, we still don't actually know your name. You think?
It's Rich.
Based on his phone number?
Yeah, it says Rich.
Okay, we'll just call you Rich.
So you should have a picture of yourself, Rich, and just be like, hey, I'm Rich. I like pictures, all that. He has really nice photos.
Oh, yeah, I really like some of these, even just looking at them as thumbnails. Your work is so kind of detailed and worthy of deep inspection that I might instead go for a template that brings it up full screen and allows you to browse. I'm just saying I'm not sure this is.
Is this the
this is a
store?
beautiful picture, but maybe not a thumbnail.
What is happening?
No, these are just
Oh,
his.
yeah,
That's
they're
how
very
he's chosen to
small.
lay out his portfolio. But you have a lot
Oh.
of options with your templates at Squarespace.
Okay.
I think I prefer to see it open full.
I'd
and
like
then
to see it
browse through it.
organized because when I click on galleries, this just seems so cumbersome that it's just listed 1 through 5. I'm like, that's a lot to look at. But if you had enticing names like city shots or like city art or something like that, I don't know. Ooh, splash of color. I like these hats.
Yeah, I like those too. So you'll notice that with some of the other portfolios, we went through every picture, but the structure of your site is kind of inviting us just to size up the thumbnails.
Yeah.
But I don't know that the style of your work works in thumbnails. I think you have to explore it a little bit deeper because it's a very detailed thing. I don't see lots of really simple compositions. Some, but more detailed compositions predominate, and they deserve to be as big as possible. It's just the way they'll present the
one's
best.
nice.
Yeah, that's a great shot. See, it takes like 3 clicks just to see it big. And look at that thumbnail. That's not good.
What happened?
Yeah, it's just he just needs to make some adjustments to the template. But you have so many templates, and it's really easy to adjust. So I think the work is awesome.
I love this picture.
Yeah,
Kid,
I
it's so
love that
kids.
too.
They just have to touch it.
Yeah, that is a fantastic shot.
Cool.
So we had some layout issues, but I think the work itself is great. There might also be too many pictures.
I think there are a lot, and maybe if they were organized in a more compelling way, it would be easier to get through them, but it's tough for me. My ADD's kicking in, and these are beautiful pictures too, but they're a lot.
All right, well, thanks
Okay.
for submitting your portfolio. We are here every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. I have no idea what time that is in your time zone, but you could probably Google it. And we are going to toss it. Justin, any other questions we should address? I think we're clear, right?
I don't know if you have the importer tool going in Lightroom right now.
Why? Is there a picture I should look at?
Yeah, Siobhan highlighted this comment from Shenandoah Band. Hey y'all, today's my wife's 50th anniversary. I uploaded a photo a minute ago named Lucky Makeup Mirror. I also don't know if you can search by names that easily. That's her for her birthday. Put it up.
I don't know where it is.
I'll click import here. And you know what, Justin? Why don't you roll our karaoke song? We'll look for the picture and just keep it on the screen. What was the picture called, Justin?
Lucky Makeup Mirror.
So we're looking for a mirror and a makeup, huh? These are all people who don't follow instructions. We never told people to send in pictures today. So roll that song when you're ready, Justin. Like that guy.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that
Even my mom
my
thinks that my mind is gone, but I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it.
But we be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard
You
of.
better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or
Oh,
you and your homies
might be lying and chalk. Well, I hate the trip, but I got a look.
As they cloak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. fool.
I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be. On my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light.
Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise.
We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise.
Look at the situation they got me facing. I can live a normal life. I was raised by the street.
So I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams.
I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got a tan in my head and a gleam in my eye. I'm a low-down gangster, set tripping banger.
And my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger.
Death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life do or die. What else can I say? I'm 23, will I ever live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know.
Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we heard are you and me?
We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Power and the money,
Money and the power,
minute after minute,
hour after hour.
everybody's running, but I never know what's going on.
I'm in the kitchen, but I don't know what's cooking. They say I got to learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can understand me, how can they reach me? I guess they can.
I guess they won't.
I guess they front.
That's how I know my life is out of luck, fool.
Spending most my time living in the gangster's paradise.
We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Why are we so blind to see that the ones we heard are you and me? Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we heard are you and me?
That was better than Coolio.
I loved it.
I loved it.
What?
2014, Waterford, Connecticut, out.